up, everybody? Welcome to another podcast, another episode of Driving with Randy. Wow, I messed my intro up. It's been a while. Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Driving with Randy. I am your host, Road Rage Randy. How is everybody doing today? It is currently, what day is it? Well, it's a Wednesday. So I haven't recorded in about a week. I got ahead and I got comfortable not recording, which is not good because I need to keep producing. And I'm kind of flatlining. Like I don't necessarily have any interesting topics to discuss because I haven't been doing anything. I did watch a movie the other day. I watched The Shining. We could go over a movie review with that, but I decided not to. I'd like to welcome everybody to the podcast first and foremost. I'm Road Rage Randy. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the podcast, new guests, this podcast is me, Road Rage Randy. I drive in my car. I wander around. I go on adventures. Sometimes I'll take you with me into the gas station. Sometimes I'll not talk about a whole lot, and I'll just sit there and ramble for the whole time. But today I do have a topic. And actually, if you've listened to the podcast in the past, you know I haven't been getting Twitter followers, and I want them podcast listeners to head on over to Twitter and follow me. So I'm going to give a shout out right at the beginning here. Follow me on Twitter at ThoughtsByRandy. We can communicate. You can tell me how bad this podcast was. You can tell me how great this podcast was. All of the above. Whatever. There are people on top of that house. Yeah, they're construction workers, but they're doing something up there. That's neat. Okay, so the topic of today's podcast. I want to talk to you guys about podcasting ideas. I talked about this a while ago, and if I'm honest with you, I lost my notepad when ever since I updated my iPhone and I got rid of, or everything got deleted. Yeah, I lost all my notes with all the podcasting ideas I had. But I thought I'd go over with some today because I have quite the active mind, and podcasts interest me. So, the first one, we came up with this idea with a coworker. We called it Pod from a Pod. So it'd be a podcast, and we'd shoot it from like some kind of a device that could be submerged underwater, and the whole idea would be the podcast would be underwater, and it would be from some kind of like submarine or some kind of a waterproof pod. And we kind of came up with the idea we're going to start from like one of those plastic kiddie pools, right? So we're not going to even be submerged at that point, but it's the whole idea of starting from the bottom and making your way to the top. So we were going to start from like a kiddie pool, a little plastic kiddie pool with just like I don't even know what we'd use for a pod at that point. We wouldn't even be submerged, but it would be a good idea. And then as the podcast progressed, as we started to make some monetary, that's not the right word. As we started making money from the podcast, we would upgrade. So from the plastic kiddie pool, we would then upgrade to a blow-up pool or something. Because I was making it with my friend, my coworker. I'm not blowing that up. I'm doing all the work for the podcast. So Andrew would have to hand blow that until we're able to afford like a real pump, like a bike pump or something to get it up. But Andrew's going to be hand blow. Oh, we're going to beat this car because I'm a Toyota Sienna, baby. Look at that. We beat him through the roundabout. So Andrew's going to be sitting there blowing on it. Then we're going to make some more money. And then when the pool's just deflating, we haven't upgraded the pod yet. So we're going to start big. We're going to spend all the money on the pod. Like our initial investment, it's on the pod, not the pool. And pretty much the whole idea was to get to the point where we have an active submarine. Maybe we have an active submarine and we're getting to the point where, hey, maybe we want to go tour the ocean. Actually, that's kind of bringing a thought to my mind. Is there, you know how there's like air traffic control? Is there underwater control? I know, like, doesn't the Coast Guard control ships? Oh, we're going to have to do some Google searching. But, like, I'm talking underwater. So, like, there's obviously some kind of a control with ships, because otherwise we'd have collisions. And those ships don't turn on a dime, I'll tell you that. So we don't want collisions. So maybe we're going to need some money to invest into underwater control as well. We're going to get a submarine. And pretty much the end goal was to make a podcast from completely submerged in a nice, luxurious place. Maybe have some guests on there. But the whole idea was starting from the bottom and making it big. That was the idea with that one. The next podcast, called it Hanging with Randy. It'd be me hanging from some kind of monkey bars, or if we're really feeling ballsy, we'll go hang from a bridge or something. Not too high of a bridge, like just a bridge large enough to where if I fall, I'm not dying. We were call it Hanging with Randy. And it's going to be me talking while I'm sitting there hanging. And the podcast ends when I fall. And we just sit there and discuss random topics. And we call it Hanging with Randy. There's no real advancement to that one. I guess just hanging from better places. Like maybe we'll get to the point where we're like hanging from the White House fence or something. Maybe, we're able to travel. Maybe we'll get to the point where we're hanging from a helicopter or something and we're going skydiving. Something like that. That doesn't have much room for advancement, but it's just a wild podcast idea. The next podcast idea I have, this one I thought was genius. I came up with this one the other day by myself as well. It's a podcast without content. So essentially this podcast, right? There's no content in this podcast, but no, this one would have, this has a little bit of content, whereas this one would have none. We could call it Sleep With Me, or Sleeping with Randy, or I Sleep Around, something like that. And the whole idea is I just activate a mic while I'm sleeping. So yeah, listen to me roll around a little bit. But it'd be a pretty good, maybe it'd be some kind of doctors could use it for science of some sort. Like they just turn on Sleep With Me and they're like, wow, this guy is rolling around quite a bit. Maybe there's something going on in his head, or some kind of studying. Or it could be used by some lonely guy out there who's like, God, I hope it's not a guy, but like they're like, I'm lonely, sleeping by myself, I need somebody. So then they go and turn on Sleeping with Randy, and they're like, oh, now I have someone sleeping with me. I don't want it to hit the audience that way, because that's just plain weird to me, but I mean, whatever helps you sleep at night. And if it's me sleeping, oh boy. Yeah, I just like coming up with ideas for certain podcasts, and this is the only idea I've actually gone through with. The other ideas are just ideas. So if you're out there and you're looking for an idea and you want to, sleep in with Jim, sleep in with Bob, anyone out there who's listening and wants to take one of my ideas, go for it, because I'm not going to be going through with it. Hanging with Randy might be a good reality show, though. Like, we could have multiple people on, hanging around until you fall. You fall. I don't know. That's like a Japanese game show. That's really all the all the podcasting ideas I have right now, I'm certainly going to be brainstorming more, and I'll keep you guys informed if I come up with any others, because that's what I do. I just sit there and I think about podcasts and how I can create something different. I have a creative mind, to say the least. We're going to go ahead and get into a different topic here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I stopped the podcast because, I had no idea what to talk about, and then it got eventful. So the current state of the weather is 22 degrees. I'm facing the southeast. That's irrelevant. I just thought I'd let you know. It's snowing. So it's snowing right now. And I just got done with the chiropractor, and we're gonna go grab some hot chocolate. Oh, Jesus, we're about to get in a car crash. See, it's snowing. The roads are covered in snow. People don't know how to drive. It's like the snow hits and just everything goes out their mind. Like, oh yeah, it's stupid. Okay, it's stupid. You gotta remain calm and keep driving how you normally drive, except maybe a little slower because the road conditions. I gotta roll down the window here because I can't see out of that side. But you can't see the lanes right now. We're pretty much freestyling. I'm in the middle of 2 lanes right now, I think. But that's okay, because nobody knows where the lanes are. And you know what that means? We get to create our own path. And we're going to get motivational today. You need to go out and create your own path. You see the lines on the road? Fuck the lines. You can't see it. You go out there, you create your own path, and people will follow you. People will follow in your footsteps. Because if you pave the way, you're going to be successful. Damn, we just get motivational today. We went from my podcasting ideas to the snow. You see this? I didn't know where the lane was, but I'm following the guy ahead of me. You know why? Because I'm a follower today. Well, right now, because there's actually someone in front of me, and I'd feel like a douchebag if I tried to make my own path here. We got it all organized right now. The 2 cars over here are a lane, and the 2 cars right here are a lane. I need to put my blinker on. What was that? I have no idea what. Oh, that's my. Oh, it's cold in here though. That's why we're gonna go get some tea or some hot chocolate. I don't know. Do gas stations sell tea? I have no idea. I don't even know if they sell. They do sell hot chocolate. I know that, but I had a good. What is your guys' favorite kind of hot chocolate? And don't say chocolate. If you think your favorite type of hot chocolate is just hot chocolate, you have not. Oh, fuck. We're turning on a red light because the truck ahead of me. We just held up what did I tell you? People start driving like idiots. I'm one of them. It's no exception. Everybody drives like idiots when it's snowy out, okay? Oh, this lane is not good. There's always crashes here, and I'm a little worried about it considering the road conditions right now. I am gonna, oh my God. I want to stay aboard just in case. We're gonna stay alive just in case something eventful happens. But other than that, I might just check in with you at the gas station. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a semi-truck parked on the highway. He is stuck. It's not even snowing that bad. It's like drizzling. It's like there's enough to cover the ground and show, hey, we're from Minnesota. There's snow on the ground. But there's not enough to be stopped on the side of the way. He's got a nice beard. I wish I could grow a beard like that. Can't though. I can't. We are paving the way on the highway today. We can't see the lanes, but we're making one. You gotta drive a little smarter. Be aware of your surroundings. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord Jesus. What did I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? The roads are a disaster. We've got squad cars. We've got a car in the ditch right now. It's just, there are fire 3 police cars, I think one's a state trooper, and a car in the ditch. I don't know what they're doing. We have a green light though, so we should be turning. You guys feel that? You guys feel? Yeah. That car almost went into oncoming traffic. That means she took that turn way too quickly. Way too quickly. You need to slow down. Slow your roll, lady. That is a cool car right there. Like, this is just terrible. I have standards now, and this podcast is not meeting it. But that's okay. So the guy next to me parked like an idiot. It's a lady. She parked like an idiot, so I parked like an idiot. It is what it is. It's at the end of the day, we all park like idiots. Alright, we're going to go ahead on in and see what they have. Something to warm me. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know, I'm a big fuck up. And if you didn't know that, you should know that by now. You've been listening to this. I bought a large hot chocolate, even though I hit the medium button, so I didn't get a full cup. But that's all right. We got here a waffle, egg, ham, and waffle, sausage, and cheese. Like, the bun is a waffle. It ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, guys, so like this is like Monday now, and I have to release this podcast in the matter of 3 hours, and I kind of waited until the last minute, so that's what we're going to talk about, waiting till the last minute. So I actually had I had a week and a half filled up. I had 3 episodes waiting to release, and I thought I'd sit on episode 63. I'm like, I got comfortable. I didn't have to do anything, and I got comfortable. And now it's the morning of, and I'm cramming. The podcast sucked. It's very short, and I needed more content. And it's all because I waited and I got comfortable. So, guys, if you get ahead, you got to stay ahead. Because now I'm behind. If you're not constantly itching forward, even just a little bit, you're getting behind. So, I gotta record a little bit right now. And then I have to get back into production mode. Now, I have a very good, I'd say I get into production mode pretty well. I'm able to just turn this on and start recording. So I could have, 5 podcasts recorded by the end of the week. And then the thing is, I can't get comfortable. And that's where I got this last time. I got comfortable being ahead. I'm like, I have a week and a half to take care of episode 63. And now I have 3 hours to take care of episode 63. It's just not good. I need to get in that mindset. I need to, get 63 done and out by 1 o'clock. That's the main task at hand. So, if you're behind, you need to figure out what you're going to do to get back on track. So to get back on track, I'm going to produce this here episode 63. Leave it on a good note. I know the beginning wasn't, I had some, the beginning it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That was just a thought cluster right there. I didn't know what I was going to say. I thought 63, I think it's 63 I'm talking about. It might be 64. I think it's 64 actually, now that I think about it. But I shouldn't try to think. Road Rage Randy doesn't do good when he thinks. He needs to just spit out whatever's on his mind. Okay, so I got off track. The task at hand is I need to release episode 64. I need to get that out by 1 o'clock today. I got 3 hours to put this in, upload it, and then it's moving forward. We got that out of the way. I technically have till Friday to produce episode 65, but we're not waiting on that. We're going to get episode 65 done today as well. And then we're going to get 66 done. We're going to pull ahead here, okay? I got off track. I got behind. We getting back on track, and then we're going to be moving forward again. Everyone has those little slowdown moments in their life. You get behind, but then you get your mindset right. You figure out where your mind needs to be. You figure out what you're trying to accomplish, and bang, you're right back on track. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. The one problem with these podcasts is content. There needs to be some kind of content. And just some of them do not have any content. And maybe some of that's because I'm producing twice a week. Maybe it's because just not having eventful things happen. But we're gonna keep going. So while we're at it, I might as well address the podcast. Let's have a state of the podcast address. No, we're gonna actually have a good one later, but just a brief one for now. Essentially, the podcast has been going absolutely great. What I'm thinking is I'm going to continue on the twice a week trend up until April. So April is going to be my 1 year podcasting. So we got 4 more months of 5. 4.5. We got 4.5 more months of twice a week podcasts. And then what I'm thinking is going down to once a week, but making them good. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go. Nothing I ever say really just comes together with the podcast because I just freestyle this. I mean, that's what it is. I got some topic ideas for future podcasts. I'm making excuses when I think I was just being lazy. I think that's what it comes down to. I was being lazy. We got lots of excuses in me, and it's just time to get going again. We need to get episode 64 out, and then we need to keep moving forward. People don't know. Oh my, you are not. Okay. All right. People don't know how to drive in this roundabout. So I was a little concerned about the guy ahead of me because he was. Oh my God, I left the window. Devin doesn't listen to my podcast. He thinks it's stupid. I drove him to lunch yesterday. He left my window down. It's not even that cold though, but like if it would have snowed and I had a pile of snow in my car, I'd be quite upset. I'd be very upset. I'd be quite triggered. Oh boy. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end the podcast there. I just wanted to kind of end it on a little more of a positive note because I know it got a little boring there. This isn't my best creation, but I mean, after some of my other creations, like I did my permanent record book review, I'm going to keep doing those book reviews. A, it keeps me reading, and B, it's good content. So I'm going to keep doing those, but I felt like that was good content. I feel like I've been producing fairly well content. So to have a dud every now and then, every now and again, it happens. I want to thank you guys very much for tuning in on this lovely Monday, or whatever day you get it around to listening to this. Thank you guys very much. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, unless you drive a Tesla. If you drive a Tesla, you can have an okay day. I don't want you to have a bad day. I just want you to have an okay day. But everyone else, I want you to have a great day. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Peace.